Hello and welcome. My name is Marc Blatstein, the physician founder of Physician Pre-Sentence Report Service. Today, I'm going to discuss the importance of preparation for your pre-sentence interview. Inmates call it the inmate's Bible because the pre-sentence interview, from that, your probation officer is going to write the pre-sentence report and make a placement and sentence recommendation to your judge. The website is Physician Pre-Sentence Report Service for your own knowledge. And here we're talking about the pre-sentence interview preparation. It's going to determine your future. You want to be prepared. That's if you want to create a better outcome. Essentially, be eligible for early release. Otherwise, you'll spend the full time of your incarceration in prison. And I don't think anyone wants to do that. I have learned this from interviews that I've read and viewed online with federal judges, as well as probation officers, retired BOP wardens. Additionally, let me add that no attorney, no consultant, nobody can guarantee you what any judge can do on any given day. No one's going to guarantee you what the BOP is going to do. It's just not possible. With that said, what can be guaranteed is that if you don't put any effort in ahead of time, then it's good time credits. You get 15% off your sentence. The caveat is that don't get any disciplinary infractions. Don't get in trouble. Don't let someone say that you can use this iPhone to call a loved one, because the phones are going to get caught. You'll see them everywhere. Don't use them, because eventually, if there's a phone number on that phone that matches up with a phone number on your phone list, you'll get in trouble. And then I don't know how it's going to impact you, but it's not going to be good. Earned time credits. These are available through the First Step Act. And so you can earn up to a year off your sentence, 365 days. It's approximately, you can earn up to 6 months off, 180 days off per year, which means in 2 years, you can earn up to 1 year off your sentence. And then any credits above that, you can earn that time in a halfway house or a residential reentry center, RRC. But don't get into trouble. Don't get any disciplinary infractions. RDAP eligible. If there was any substance abuse, didn't have to be a drug crime, but if there was any substance abuse in the 12 months prior to your arrest, it could be legal or illegal drugs or alcohol, any one of the above. That is documented in the pre-sentence report. Then you can get up to 1 year off your sentence. It's tiered based on the number of months of your sentence. Second Chance Act. Second Chance Act it's based on the number of months on your sentence, but it's up to your case manager and unit team as to whether they're going to offer it to you. So why will they offer it to you? Well, they're going to offer it to you if they feel that you deserve earlier release. But if you're not putting in any effort, then they're not going to offer it to you. So what's the effort? Well, the judge, your attorney, the probation officer, the prosecutor, these are all stakeholders. And stakeholders are people that are, once you have a conviction of a felony, you are justice impacted persons, which means that they are responsible for you once you're in the Federal Bureau of Prisons for helping you reduce your criminogenic needs incrementally over time. And so, in other words, go through if you have siblings and your life growing up in your home, was it stable? Was it not stable? Was there food? Did you go to school? Were your parents home? Were your parents in jail? Was it a middle class, upper class, poor? Did you study? Did you work your way through junior high school and as well as go to school, and high school as well as go to school? Did you go to college or did you go straight to work? Did you have your GED? Were you a professional? What brought you to this point that you did the crime? Was it a drug crime or a white collar crime? You need to write down every little detail. There's nothing that is insignificant, because you're going to write this and it can't be too long, because you're going to go ahead and begin to, once it's written, rewrite it at least 6, 7, 8 times until it's distilled with someone else so that they're not an enabler, but they're able to distill it with you. Hopefully it's someone that has experience in writing, so that you've taken responsibility. You understand that you have remorse for what you've done. You recognize that, and you recognize that you have created victims. And you also know that you have a duty, that there are programs, because you've looked over the First Step Back programs. I have them here in the website, and we'll go through them at a little bit later point in this YouTube. But that you have responsibility to reduce your criminogenic needs incrementally before you are released, because you owe it to the victims, community, your family, and yourself not to come back to this courtroom again. Your release plan. It seems a little premature, but the release plan has to be started now also. And why is that? I have the word stakeholders here. Stakeholders are those that are responsible for your future now that you have a felony conviction. So the stakeholders started with the attorney, the prosecutor, Department of Justice, the probation officer, the judge. So now it's going to be the case manager in prison, the unit team in prison that works with the case manager, and the warden. And they are responsible for reducing your criminogenic needs. And you need to show them how you are going to reduce those criminogenic needs. And so we'll go into that at some point a little bit later, but how you can start by saying that you've had time to think about, what you've done. You've accepted responsibility. You agree with the court that you've created victims, and you have to understand that you need to